Wait! Alright, we're making back ribs of beef, and many people have requested barbecue ribs, and I hate to only follow through part of the way, but these are not those. Flash Zone, Dutch, Ernesto, Irizarry, what a cool name. Elliot W, Fat Tomat, and William Blades. I don't think that's your real name. Billy Blades. We'll make the barbecue ribs sometime for you. So we gotta get the ribs cooking as fast as possible because we're busy people with busy lives. And I have several pounds of beef back ribs. So the back rib is literally like if I was a cow, it'd be this part of the ribs. Like literally the top of the cow. We're eating the top of the cow. So not a lot of people really like these because they have very little meat. And you can look at them just how they are. A good chunk of that mass is actually just fat. So we're gonna split up our ribs here. But the reason we're gonna eat these is because it's like really delicious meat. Totally worth it. And it's cheap as hell. It's like $2 a pound. I've got some foil here. We're gonna be wrapping it. Iggy! 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 Oh, thank you for listening. Right back to it. I'm probably cooking like 5 pounds of ribs or whatever, and it's not that much food. If you have any confusion on where to cut, you can see those are the bones, and all that is in between meat and cartilage. It's confusing on the other side because we got like 1, 2, 3. That's just nonsense. It's probably parts of the spine or something. I don't really know. But as long as you can find a path through to chop them, you'll be good. Oh man, I almost ran out of room. Alright. To this, we're going to add a crap load of brown rice vinegar because we're going to make like an Asian style rib. Eventually we'll brush them and other things, but right now we just want to get the meat tender. And it's a little bit controversial to cook meat in vinegar, like ribs. It makes it tender very, very fast, much less time than you would just slow roasting it. Some people say it leaches out the meaty flavor. I think that's not true. Or at least I don't have the discerning palate to tell. But my argument is that you're gonna put a sauce on it and you're just gonna taste sauce anyways. So, whatever. And I like to add a little bit of ginger powder. We'll just give them a brief dusting here. And we're gonna wrap them up. You want to make sure you got like a completely tight pack because you want to trap in the steam. So I'm going to put another sheet over that. And we will put these in the oven. We have it at like a little bit under 300, like 250, 300, not 350. And we're going to let them go for like 2 hours. That's all for now. Yes! About 2 hours. I'm gonna need another glove. No, I'm not. Just go for it. Oh, baby. Let's see what we're working with here. You'll be amazed, I think. Careful when removing the foil. It's probably getting a little bit steamy. Oh, baby. And this is exactly what you want. You see that our ribs have turned into meat lollipops. Isn't that cool? So you've got basically a bone, nice juicy marrow, and a meat succulent thing. Thumbs up. We are going to brush these with an oyster sauce. And probably a little bit of soy sauce as well. At this point I like to pick up the ribs just to make sure they're not sticking. Let's get that glaze going. You'll need a bowl. An Asian bowl, why not? We will add oyster sauce. This is a shitty oyster sauce. It's really, you could do way better than I did. I recommend any bottle of oyster sauce that has like an old Asian lady on it. This one doesn't, which is how you know it's not good. It's gonna take a minute here. All right, there's the oyster sauce. We're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to that. Soya sauce. I really don't know the difference. Couple splashes. All right, and you need a brush. Mix it up, okay? And just paint your ribs in sauce. And we'll just do this all over the meat. If you want to get the underside, you can. I don't have time for that. Oh, and while you're painting, turn the heat up to like 500 degrees. That's pretty intense. The whole point of cooking it at high heat at the end here is to develop a sort of crust with this sauce, and then they'll be ready to eat. But seriously, if you can find old lady sauce, just go for it. That's the way to go. I'm currently out of it. We have to do with what we have. At this point, we are going to not let the foil cover anything. We want to expose the meat. So, back in it goes. Careful not to spill any juice. And back in a few minutes. If you're doing it right, you should hear some like mad sizzling action. We'll be back. Well done. You know they're done when they smell like burnt meat in a good way. At this point, there should be a large pool of fat in the pan. It's like all sizzling and shit. Holy balls. Ow. All right, we made it. Look at this, it's a piece of beauty. You got a bone with a meat on it, and it looks great. And this is how you make beef back ribs in an Asiatic manner. And I would try it right now, but that would be the end of me. So we gotta give it a minute. We'll try it out in a minute, and in a minute we'll call it a daisy. One moment, please. I really want you guys to experience this, because it is a nice way to eat meat. But that's it. Doesn't that look beautiful? Yeah, that's how you make a back rib, Asian style.